Hey everyone, it is High here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the Dokkan Festival exclusive transformation Boujack, and actually we're going to do quite a bit of fun little team builds. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff, and always a shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for info and images provided. So yeah, we got Transformation Boujack dropping on the JP version of the game. Global, we'll get this later on. I'll probably do another breakdown when it comes on Global. But all in all, this is a very interesting unit. It is a passive support leader. Has a very diverse leader skill. So you can build a lot of teams, and that's why we're going to do quite a bit of team builds in this video. So let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown first. So let's look at the card art. I really like the card art, the SSR primarily. That looks like something that you would summon for an LR, but yeah, that color, the color scheme, everything, it looks great. So of course then it Dokkan awakens to the TUR there, and being a transformation unit, of course you see the full power Boujack in the background. So, but I really like the SSR out of the two here. Now let's look at the stats. The stats is the Lord of Slaughter Boujack, and it is an extreme strength unit. That was an interesting choice. Extreme strength is pretty strong already. The leader skill is introducing the space traveling warriors category. So this is a very confusing category, I think, to all of us, because there's a lot of units that were omitted from space traveling warriors. But I can't wait for the English translation to this, because it could be different. It could explain a little bit more of actually what this category is. Now there's a few units that aren't on the Space Traveling Warriors that you can find on Time Travelers, which is good. However, it is separated by a 20% difference in the leader skill, where Space Traveling Warriors is Ki plus 3, HP and Tech Defense 170% across the board, where Time Travelers is Ki plus 3, HP and Tech Defense 150% across the board. The rest, the super attack and passive skills, it really reminds you of Cooler with a little additional something, which we'll go over right now. So Strength Cooler is kind of a carbon copy, but there is some additional benefits here with Boujack. So the super attack here is Cosmic Bomber, raises attack and defense for 1 turn. That's a 30% increase, causes immense damage to the enemy. The passive skill is Cosmic Rampage, attack and defense 100%. Space Traveling Warriors gets a category allies Ki plus 2, attack and defense 30%. So, and that's when facing one enemy. Now, once again, this is a support passive leader, but it does get this little extra boost here because it provides an additional attack and defense 10% when facing 2 or more enemies. So it seems like that will stack a little bit there, and then plus additional attack and defense 10% when facing 3 or more enemies. So for Super Battle Road or World Tournament, this could be very beneficial. So the super attack and passive skill, interestingly enough, but it does have this active skill, which is a transformation that's very simple. When facing one enemy, starting from the 4th turn, you're able to transform. Once again, if you're using this unit more for a support passive, then you're gonna not transform this unit. But if you want to see its unadulterated power after the transformation, you can go ahead and click on that active skill. So the link skills are what you expect for a Boujack. It's the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, which is very important. Thirst for Conquest, Coward, Revival, and Fierce Battle. Categories is good, because I was hoping that it wasn't going to be like only 4 or 5 categories for TUR. Now, because we have like 60 plus categories, it's good to see 8 categories being represented for this unit here, which is Resurrector Warriors, Movie Bosses, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Terrifying Conquerors, Inhuman Deeds, and Space Traveling Warriors. The stats, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. It's built in a sense of HP and defense. HP is 17.6, which is pretty good. Attack is under 16,000. But you are getting these extra boosts, which I guess would just makes it up, but it's once again very interesting there. And defense is 12.4, which is really high. So built a little bit differently. Wish the attack was a little bit higher, at least up to 16,000, but because you have TURs now 17,000 plus. So, but this is the non-transform Boujack. Let's go ahead and look at the full power transform Boujack. Like I said, it's very similar to your transformed Cooler. And yeah, he becomes a beast. So raises attack 30%, infinitely, the Kaioken mechanic, and causes immense damage to the enemy is the super attack, the Grand Smasher. The passive skill is unmatched in the galaxy. It's Ki +3, attack and defense 80% right off the bat. Launches additional attack and has a medium chance to becoming a super attack, 25% chance. Then you have all this other stuff right here, plus an additional 30% and 15% when attacking with 3 or more key spheres obtained, which is very easy to do. It could be rainbow, it could be a type, any type, so that's nice that it wasn't like, you know, only strength only or something like that. And then plus an additional 30% and 15% to defense when attacking 6 or more with 6 or more key spheres obtained. So if you can get 6 key spheres, this guy is gonna do incredible amount of damage. Maybe that's the reason why they decreased that attack stat from the baseline there. So since you're gonna get an additional 60% to attack and additional 30% to defense, and that's going to be stacked and calculated differently, it's like I said, it's pretty awesome. So link skills and categories stay the same, nothing changes there, which is good. I'm kind of tired of a lot of these transformation units like switching link skills and you're like, okay, what's going on here? So it stays the same, which is good. So yeah, all in all, a very powerful unit. Once again, very similar to Strength Cooler. Now let's take a look at the crazy amount of different teams that you can build. And I just kept going. Usually I only do like maybe 4 or 5, and I just say, hey, this seems fun, this seems fun. So I just built a ton. So we're gonna go through them pretty quickly, since I don't want to have this video be like 30 minutes long. So, and of course, first and foremost, the team I always build out first usually is an LR team. So here are the different LRs that you're going to be using. Primarily the unit, if you're going to be focusing on the transformation Boujack, is going to be LR Boujack. They're going to link incredibly well together, and both of them are just going to do just crazy amounts of damage. The rest, I just built more of a extreme team, LR team here, and then there's a bunch of super units you can use here that makes this, like I said, very dynamic category and different types of team builds. So this is the LR team. You can mix and match and change things here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next team here. Now, if you want to provide a lot of support to Boujack and make him, do as much damage as possible on his own team, then I recommend this support team here. We're running a quadruple support. Most of these units that you're going to be using with him is going to have big bad bosses on the main rotation. So of course you're going to have LR Boujack and TUR Boujack. Then you can run Boujack and like Turles as a support, or even Cooler, and you can have those 2 units right there. And then you have your other supports just kind of floating around. If you don't have Thickness of Time or the brand new Demon Toba, you can do EZA Topo, so God Topo on there. So fun team to run here, a lot of support, a lot of just beefing up the damage for Boujack, and yeah, definitely have fun with this team here. Now, another team that of course you can run is a mono team, a mono strength team, in this case a mono extreme strength. As you can see, it's super strong. You got Cooler on here, you have the new EZA Frieza, you have LR Turles army, so it's a powerful extreme strength team. So you can do Extreme Super Battle Road fairly easily, along with just the regular Extreme Super Battle Road, or the regular Extreme Strength Super Battle Road. So, so yeah, strong mono team here, and definitely you can run a mono no problem. So now let's look at the kind of more the fun, crazy teams that I was just coming up with as we just kind of build on top of. So one team is of course I just call it Cool Freeze. So you got the Cool Freeze team because you're running Coolers, you're running Friezas, and you're basically in this case scenario running Boujack as a support unit versus a main attacker. Now you could use them as a main attacker, link them up with Cooler or something like that. I guess I could have put Cooler as a support unit, the strength Cooler down there. When the physical Cooler EZAs, and that's not that far away, man, this team is going to be beastly. So I think any team that that physical Cooler is going to be on is going to be just I hope they don't hold back on that EZA, right? So this is the Cool Freeze team. If you want to run the Cool Freeze team here, this team here is the Realm of Space Gods. This is a very diverse team. You can see some time traveler options on the bottom there. That's going to be running only at 150. But man, the reason why I say Space Gods is because you have Beerus, you have Whis on here, and God Topo and Jiren. So this is not just regular Realm of Gods. This is Realm of Space Gods, or in a sense a different universe with Jiren and Topo. But of course, Thickness is hanging around there. Of course, if you don't have her, you have Demon Goddess of Thickness as another option as well. So she's actually prevalent on a lot of different teams here as a support unit. So, but yeah, Realm of Space Gods you can run here. Once again, very diverse. You can run some time traveler options at 150. But should be very, very fun. If you want to be a little bit more exclusive to the type of team that you want to run, here is the Angels and Kai's team. So you're going to be focusing on a Vados and Whis combination with the Physical Beerus and the Strength Beerus, LR Beerus, and then of course Thickness of Time just supporting it all up there. So in this case scenario, you're going to definitely run the Boujack as a support. So in this case scenario, this is another quadruple support team. So a lot of support on these teams that you're building here. So once again, if you want to be a little bit more closed or focused versus the Realm of Space Gods, you can then run actually a full U11 team. U11 team, all U11 units are actually on Space Traveling Warriors. So yeah, once again, this is going to be a triple support team if you're running a double Boujack leader and friend, but you're going to run Jiren as the main rotations, and it can still do quite a bit of damage on this team here. So like I said, very interesting teams you can build from Space Traveling Warriors. This team here, I was like, yeah, this kind of makes sense. This is the Goku question mark team. These are, of course, characters that all look like Goku, but are not Goku, right? We have Goku Black, we have Bardock, we have Turles. All of them look like Goku. None of them are Goku, and this would be probably Bojack's worst nightmare, going, what the heck's going on here? And actually, a majority of these are actually extreme units, which actually works well with big bad bosses, right? So anyway, this is a fun, whimsical team here with a Goku question mark team. I don't know how good this team actually would be, but there you go. Another team that's more relevant for the last banner that is out, and that's the Super Dragon Ball Heroes team here. You can run basically all Super Saiyan 4s like you were going to run a crossover team here, but Space Time Traveling Warriors, these units are not, but they are time travelers, so that's why all these units are available here. This is going to be only running at 150. Crossover would be better, of course, at 170, but so I guess if you didn't have like Vegito and you couldn't run a crossover team, then you can use like Toa on here or another time travelers team here if you were not lucky enough to pull the Vegito. So so yeah, this is more relevant from this past banner here, but yeah, you can run a Super Saiyan 4 team here. Another nightmare for Bojack, right? You have a Goku, everybody looks like Goku, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of Super Saiyan 4s going, what kind of transformation is this, right? So so once again, all these crazy fun teams you can run. Here's a crazy fun team. It's Ladies Night. U2 Ladies Night is a team that you can run here. You can run Ribbery Hands. You can run Kanutsa, I forget her name there, Rosie. And once again, Thickness is just still hanging out here. But I'm sure this is a somewhat viable team as well. So so try it out here. The U2 Ladies Night team. Of course, since you can run a full Ladies Night team, then you can run a full Thickness team. Team Thick is readily available here. You're running triple Toas, you're running Thickness of Time, and then of course the Ribrianne or the Chateau de Brienne, that of course goes into ultimate thickness in Ribrianne there. So Team Thick is available on Space Traveling Warriors, and some of these of course is going to be on Type Travelers. So man, I'm telling you, there's so many teams that I created here. World Tournament team. So of course the additional buff that Bojack has, a World Tournament team is very, very viable. So you can run this even if you didn't have Cooler. So let's say you didn't have Cooler and you couldn't run this this LR Nappa team, which I think the LR Nappa is still the best on the World Tournament. But yeah, you can take this out, put Chaozu on here, or if you do have Cooler and you want to run him, you want to run Bojack versus Cooler, you can do that as well. So very interesting team for World Tournament, and is very, very viable, very strong there. So a few other teams that I didn't want to just create, but just a couple different combinations you can run that didn't really relate to anything. So for example, a LR Bardock with LR Gopunks, Jiren and Hit, they can go well together, and then LR Nappa and the new EZA Timebreaker Bardocks, right? So these are kind of just, you know, off of each other, just kind of interesting. And but yeah, once again, still very viable as a couple of combinations you can run outside of these weird little teams that I've been making here. Finally, I just want to discuss one team outside of Boujack being the leader, and if you want to run Boujack and kind of probably maximize them the most, you're probably running with the Strength Cooler. Strength Cooler, like I said, is very similar to this unit, and you can run a full support here as well. That can really beef up LR Boujack and TUR Transforming Boujack, or you can run something like this where you're just going to be focusing on more per turn damage, which you can run the 2 blue fusions. You can even run a Boo combination, Turles combination, and do very well. So like I mentioned before, I didn't want to make this a half-an-hour video, but it's already over 60 minutes. Hopefully you had some fun just kind of going through all these, right? So World Tournament, Team Thick, Peppy Gals, Super Saiyan 4, Goku question mark, Universe 11, Angels and Kais, Realm of Space Gods, Cool Freeze, Extreme Strength, Support, Maximum Support, and then that LR team that I always start off with. So anyway, with that, hopefully you guys get lucky and pull this unit, or if you already pulled them already, and hopefully you're just running some of these crazy different teams. But if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time. Later.